Madam Mayor, good evening. It's 6:04 and we are live.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this Thursday, September 10th special meeting and our first public hearing for the budget to order, and ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Mayor Pam Triola.
Here.
Vice Mayor Andy Amoroso.
Here.
Commissioner Scott Maxwell. He's on his way. I don't know. I don't see him yet. Commissioner Omari Hardy. I don't see him yet either. Commissioner Herman Robinson.
Here.
Thank you.
If everyone would please rise for the pledge. Commissioner Hardy's not here. So Commissioner Robinson, would you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Okay, good evening, everyone. This is a special meeting of the City of Lake Worth Beach. It's the first mandatory public hearing on the fiscal year 2020-21 proposed millage rate and proposed budget as required by section 200.065 Florida statutes. On July 21st, 2020, the City Commission set a proposed millage rate of 5.4945 mils, which was advertised in the Truth and Millage trim notices sent to all property owners. The proposed millage rate of 5.4945 mils for fiscal year 2021 is 8.29% more than the rollback rate of 5.074 mils. But the purpose of tonight's meeting is to adopt tentative budget and tentative millage rate, and to set the second public hearing to adopt the final budget and millage rate for September 24th, 2020 at 6 p.m. At this point, I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Motion to approve.
I'm sorry, I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Thank you. So we've got a motion on the floor and a second.
Excuse me, Madam Mayor, I don't think you need to yet. When you go to your public hearings, the first public hearing is when we need our first motion and second.
We're on
Correct,
our first,
Christy?
We're on our first public hearing.
Oh, I thought you just read the script. I'm sorry.
So Christy, you're going to read the resolution?
Absolutely. Resolution number 35/2020 of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, a municipal corporation of the state of Florida, levying municipal taxes on all taxable property within the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2020 and ending September 30th, 2021, repealing all resolutions and ordinances in conflict herewith and providing for an effective date thereof.
We've got a motion and a second. Are there any public comment cards?
Yes, Madam Mayor, there is one from Edwin Contreras of 2220 Lake Worth Road. A reminder to Commissioner Hardy to read the backup, please, before giving the dais and his thesis on each of these resolutions. In the interest of time, too much time has been wasted as of late. That's the only comment that I have on that one.
Okay, thank you very much. So we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor state so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Any discussion?
Oh, sure. You didn't have your hand raised. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't know how it was going to go.
Yeah, you can raise your hand, but if you'd like to, yeah, it's going to go the same way that it goes every meeting, except that I have to read certain things because it's official.
Well, and then the next thing would be for adjournment, correct?
No, we've got a whole agenda.
Okay. All right. Yes, I'm voting yes, and move on.
All right, the motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We're moving on to public hearing item B. City Attorney, would you read the resolution, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Resolution 36/2020 of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, a municipal corporation of the state of Florida, levying municipal taxes on all taxable property within the City of Lake Worth Beach for voter approved debt service fund for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2020 and ending September 30th, 2021, repealing all resolutions, ordinances in conflict herewith and providing for the effective date thereof.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Do I have a
Second.
second? Do we have any public comment cards, City Clerk?
No, Madam Mayor.
Seeing there are none, is there any discussion, Commissioner Robinson?
No, if I guess I'm going to make any comment, it would be at the meeting on the 24th in reference to a minimum wage or salaries that are less than $15 an hour by the city. Also, in reference to anything in the future with the Oceanfront Park being on next year's budget.
That would be for the, I think that's coming up on the next item, item C, which is our
Okay.
fiscal year city budget. This is now the debt service rate and the millage rate. We're only on the debt service rate right now.
Very good.
Okay, so we've got a motion, and do I have a
A
second?
second. Yes.
Okay. All those in favor state so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. We're moving on to item C. City Attorney, would you read the resolution, please?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Resolution number 37, 2020, a general appropriation resolution of the City of Lake Worth Beach, a municipal corporation of the state of Florida, making separate and several appropriations for its necessary operating expenses, the uses and expenses of the various funds and departments of the city for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2020, and ending September 30th, 2021, providing for the effective date thereof.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second. This is the place, Commissioner Robinson, if you wanted to repeat that, or are you okay with what you said?
Yeah,
Madam
well,
Mayor.
I hate to repeat myself. I'm just looking forward to a discussion, an opinion from my fellow commissioners on whether we can justifiably pay less than $15 an hour and be interested in the demographics and of the city for a living wage at $9 and $13 an hour. That's
Okay.
all.
All right, so we've got a
Madam
motion.
Madam
Yes.
Mayor, I can't raise my hand for some reason. I can't get to the bar. May I speak?
Sure, please. You know what? If you hit participants,
I can't get to it. It's got a bar on top of it.
oh.
It's
Keith,
got something laying on top of it. I can't get to it. I
Oh.
wanted to make a comment on the $15 an hour. Commissioner Robinson, I talked to staff about a year ago about raising any of our employees that make less than $15 an hour to $15 an hour. And there was a conversation, and the response I got, and I can't remember who it was, and maybe somebody can speak to you about it, that the unions would not let us bring individual people up to $15 an hour. It was something along the lines, if I remember right, about everyone had to have a raise across the board. And I said, if you have somebody that makes $100,000, but you make somebody else that makes less than $15 an hour, and it was something to do with the unions. So maybe you can get with Mike or Christy and have them clarify that for you, because like I said, it was about a year ago I asked, and I don't remember all the bells and whistles on it, but it had to do with the unions would not allow us to do that individually.
Thank you.
Mike, can we bring that back for the second reading? That information back?
Madam Mayor, if I
Rather than
could,
discuss it here right now.
I can provide a report of what employees are falling into that category. I know that there might be part-time employees. I'm not sure if they're still with the raises that have been given any full-time employees, but I will find that information and get it to Commissioner Robinson and to the rest of you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any public comment cards, City Clerk?
No, Madam Mayor.
Seeing
So-
there are not, we've got a motion. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Commissioner Robinson.
Well, I hopefully we'll be brief tonight then, but I can get this off my mind now. But maybe we can bring the unions into the conversation and have them be somewhat reactive to the suggestion and have them take some responsibility in people making less than $15 an hour. I mean, really, if they're controlling that kind of a decision, I would like to hold them somewhat responsible.
Okay. I just in case I disappear all of a sudden, guys, my computer just said it was going to restart at 6:28. I said I closed it, but I don't know if it's going to do it. So if that happens, just bear with me as I try to get on another computer somewhere. All right, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor state so by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, we're going to go on to item D now. City Attorney, would you read the resolution for me, please?
Yes, Madam Mayor, resolution number 38-2020 of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, relating to the provision of refuse services, facilities, and programs in the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, ratifying and confirming the initial assessment resolution, including the determination that certain real property is specifically benefited by refuse services, facilities, and programs, and the method of assessing associated refuse services costs against real property specifically benefited thereby, establishing other terms and conditions of the assessments, approving the fiscal year 2020-2021 assessment roll, providing for collection of the assessment pursuant to the uniform collection method, and providing for severability and an effective date.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second. Are there any public comment cards?
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Madam
Yeah.
Mayor, if I may, just for a second, try to add some context to this issue.
Okay.
I just want to put this out there because this process is very involved in terms of complying with the Florida statute. And so there's a lot of legalese that probably the public saw that went out in the letter that we are required by statute to provide. And on page 398 of the PDF of the city's entire packet for this meeting, the agenda memo tries to explain that what is happening here is actually the first increase in the refuse service assessment for residential properties since 2009. Last year's assessment was actually $233.47. This year, we're proposing to go to $245.15. And this is charged at a per equivalent residential unit rate. So for most properties in the city, they're only going to see an $11.68 increase on this non-ad valorem assessment. This is not a new $245 assessment by the city. It's something that the city has been charging through this process since 2009. And again, it's just an $11.68 increase for most property owners within the city.
Okay, thank you very much.
On their tax bill.
Correct.
Commissioner
Thank you.
Robinson, I see your hand.
I want to thank Christy for the reading the backup that sometimes the public needs to hear. And we don't have Commissioner Hardy tonight to add to the backup. So I thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, we've got, I'm sorry, you got a comment card?
I have 3 comment cards, Madam Mayor. This is on behalf of Marcos Management LLC for the following properties, and there are 6 tax folio numbers on this letter, all located at 1325 North J Street, Lake Worth, Florida. We object to the assessment regarding the non-ad valorem refuse services, facilities, and programs. Each unit will cost us $245.14. This year alone, we've paid the city the municipal taxes, inspection, and business fees, including fees required to be compliant with the code. And now we're possibly going to incur this assessment as yet another expense. Due to COVID-19, many of the tenants have had difficulty paying rent, and we've been lenient with tenants and allowed them to defer payments in order to help them. We are already having severe cash flow issues. We strongly suggest that the city of Lake Worth not proceed with this assessment in a year that a large majority of Americans are already suffering due to a pandemic. We have been accommodating to our tenants. Therefore, I urge you to be accommodating to the residents / property owners of the city of Lake Worth Beach. Sincerely, Emmanuel Marcos, managing member of Marcos Management. The second letter is from Miguel Roblos, I believe. I, Miguel Roblos, owner of property located at 813 North Federal Highway, Lake Worth Beach, Florida, am submitting my written objection to the proposed assessment increase. It is impossible for people living on a fixed income to pay any additional fees. The last comment is from Linda S. Weissman regarding properties at 301 and 301.5 North K Street, to whom it may concern, pertaining to the meeting scheduled for September 10th, 2020 at 6 p.m. I object to the assessment increase. I have not been provided any documents justifying the increase in the assessment. Further, it is always the homeowner that suffers deficits in Lake Worth. Why can't the city create incentives for new businesses to open in Lake Worth, bring in more money and create more jobs at the same time? Be creative. Linda S. Weissman. That's the only comments that I have, Madam Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And again, just a reminder, it's not $245 the way it reads. It's actually an $11 increase, and it's to keep up with the cost of things. It hasn't been increased since 2009. And again, it's $11, not $245. It's just the way it's worded in that documentation. All right, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor state so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to move on to new business. This is resolution number 39-2020. Establish the stormwater annual assessment for fiscal year 2021. Is there anything official I have to read, Madam Clerk?
No, Madam Mayor.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Are there any public comment cards?
No, there are
Any
none.
questions? Seeing there are none, all those in favor state so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. New business item B, adopt the fiscal year 2021 administrative charge for services. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second. Any public comment cards, Madam Clerk?
No, there are none.
Any questions from the commission? Seeing there are none, all those in favor state so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. And item C, adopt the fiscal year 2021 contribution from enterprise operations. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Can, for the public, can we,
Can I get a second first, and then you can talk as much as you want?
sorry, I don't, second.
Okay, cool. Commissioner Robinson, you have the floor.
Can we get a little backup on the contributions from the enterprise operations briefly? Christy, do you want to do that? Or do I have to?
No, thank you. I don't think I'm qualified to provide that kind of backup for you, sir.
Well, how
Sorry.
about city manager then?
Bruce?
Because the enterprise operations are
Madam Mayor,
Diverse.
often in question.
Madam
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, city manager, please.
Commissioner Robinson, to clarify, the preceding item that you just approved is the administrative costs that are shared to operate the enterprise funds. The enterprise funds are your, if you want to call them, the businesses that the city
Yes.
of Lake Worth Beach owns and you are the policy board for. That would include your electric utility, water, local sewer, stormwater, and your refuse. And those funds are called enterprise funds. They're run more like businesses. They deliver a good and receive remuneration. As part of that transaction, you also have this contribution of enterprise funds, which is established on a percentage of the budget. If you want to look at it, and Bruce may or may not kick me on this, but it's sort of the profits, if you want to say, that the city receives back from owning those businesses. And that goes into the general fund to help run operations for all the things that general government needs, whether it's, police, parks, or programming. Those businesses that you own and that the residents owns actually helps subsidize the property taxes to run the general fund. Did I do that well, Bruce?
Well said, sir. Well said.
There you
All
go.
right.
I've been doing this for a few years. Does that answer your question, Commissioner Robinson?
Well, it really wasn't a question. It was just for the public's information on how important the electric utility company is to our budget. And the question profit of the golf course and you know, to balance things out. But it was not a question, but a
Clarification.
for the public's sake. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We've got a motion and a second. Are there any public comment cards? that I
No,
asked about?
Madam Mayor.
Seeing there are none, all those in favor state so by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Well, just in time, can I, and someone want to entertain a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
No.
Let Scotty do that.
Oh, you're kidding me, right?
Yeah, nice to see you. All those in favor state
I'm
so by saying
sorry.
aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good
Good night,
night,
everybody.
everybody.
Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Have a blessed evening.